Did you know that the space you're seeing is far more important than you think for the proper operation of your engine? Many people simply install spark plugs without checking the space, known as the gap. That's why in this video I'm going to show you why this distance is so critical, what happens when it's incorrectly adjusted even if the spark plugs are brand new, and finally how to know the correct specification for your engine. The spark plug gap is the exact distance between the center electrode and the ground electrode. That separation determines how, when, and with what intensity the spark is produced to ignite the air-fuel mixture inside the cylinder. The gap is not an arbitrary value, which is why it's important to understand what happens when it's too large or too small. When the spark plug gap is larger than what the engine needs, the problem isn't that there's no spark, but that the spark starts to arrive late or becomes unstable. For the spark to jump between the electrodes, the ignition coil has to generate much more voltage than normal. At first, the engine may seem to run fine, but as soon as you accelerate harder, climb a hill, or demand more power, the problems begin to show up. At that point, the pressure inside the cylinder increases, and the spark simply can't form the way it should. The result is micro misfires that the driver feels as jerking, lack of response, or uneven acceleration. Many times it only happens under certain conditions, which makes the problem hard to identify and easy to confuse with faulty injectors, sensors, or poor quality fuel. Over time, this extra effort takes its toll. The ignition coil is constantly working at its limit trying to overcome that excessive gap. It runs hotter than normal, and its service life is reduced. On top of that, cold starts become more difficult, because the engine needs a strong spark precisely when the fuel doesn't vaporize as well. When the spark plug gap is too small, the engine runs into a different kind of problem, one that's much quieter and therefore more deceptive. The spark jumps easily, yes, but it's a short, weak spark with little ability to properly ignite the air-fuel mixture. This leads to incomplete combustion. Part of the fuel doesn't burn completely, and the energy that should be pushing the piston is lost. The driver rarely notices an obvious fault. The engine still starts fine. There are no clear jerks, and no warning lights come on. However, power drops, fuel consumption increases, and the engine begins to feel flat, especially at higher RPM. Over time, that poorly burned fuel creates more residue. The spark plugs foul more quickly, carbon deposits build up, and the catalytic converter has to work harder trying to compensate for what the ignition system didn't do properly. It's one of those mistakes that doesn't destroy the engine right away, but wears it down every single day without anyone noticing. This is the big mistake most people make, even experienced mechanics, believing that spark plugs from factory gapped and don't need to be checked. And while that sounds logical, it's not always true. Spark plugs leave the factory with an approximate gap. During shipping, they can be bumped, vibrate, or close slightly without anyone noticing. At first glance, they look perfect, but the space between the electrodes is no longer correct. On top of that, the same spark plug model can be used in several different engines, each one requiring a different gap. The spark plug manufacturer doesn't know exactly which engine it will end up in. The one who does know is the vehicle manufacturer, which is why the correct gap is always defined by the engine, not by what's printed on the spark plug box. This is where the serious mistake happens. New spark plugs are installed, the car starts fine, there are no misfires, and it's assumed everything is perfect. But weeks later, symptoms start to appear that no one links back to the spark plugs. Higher fuel consumption, loss of throttle response. But we already covered all of that in another video. I'll leave it in the comments. To know the correct gap, you don't guess it, you don't estimate it, and you don't copy it from another spark plug. The correct value is always defined by the engine, not by the spark plug brand or the experience of the person installing it. The first and most reliable source is the vehicle's manual. The manufacturer specifies the exact gap in millimeters or inches because that value is calculated based on compression ratio, the ignition system, and how the air-fuel mixture burns in that specific engine. If you don't have the manual, the second valid option is the label under the hood or in the engine bay. Many cars list the recommended gap there, along with the spark plug type and firing order. When none of those options are available, You can turn to technical databases from the vehicle manufacturer or the spark plug manufacturer, always looking up the exact engine model, not just a year or displacement. The same car model can use different engines with different gap specifications. And here's a key point many people overlook. If the engine has been modified, turbocharged, higher compression, changes to the coils or the ignition system, the original gap may no longer be ideal. In those cases, the factory value is only a starting point, not an absolute rule. Once you understand why that distance is so important, the key part comes next: how to adjust it correctly. Because doing it wrong can actually be worse than not touching at all. The first thing you need is not experience, but the right tool. For this, a spark plug gap gauge is used, either the coin style or the feeler gauge type. Both work, but the feeler gauge is more precise, especially for modern engines. Before touching anything, always check the correct specification for your engine. This information is not guessed or standardized. It's found in the vehicle manual, the engine manual, or technical databases. Each engine has a specific gap based on its design, coil type, compression, and ignition system. With the spark plug in your hand, gently insert the gauge or blade between the center electrode and the ground electrode. The correct measurement is when it slides in with slight resistance. If it goes in loosely, the gap is too large. If it doesn't go in or get stuck, the gap is too small. If the gap is too large, you must close it very carefully. Never hit the electrode against a table or use brute force. The correct way is to gently support the ground electrode and press it slightly, then recheck and repeat until the exact measurement is achieved. If the gap is too small, you open it by lifting the ground electrode just a bit, using the slot in the gauge or a tool designed for that purpose. The most common mistake here is opening it too much and then closing it again, which weakens the electrode. The key is to make micro adjustments and check the gap every time. One critical point almost no one mentions: never adjust a gap by touching the center electrode, because you can damage the ceramic insulator or the internal core, even if it's not visible to the naked eye. With iridium or platinum spark plugs, this process must be done with even more care, and on some models it's not recommended to adjust them at all, only to verify they are within the specified range. If they come out of spec, the correct solution is to replace them. Once adjusted, measure it one final time. If the gap is correct and the electrode is properly aligned, the spark plug is ready to be installed.